Hey guys, welcome for this month's theme, and it's game design. Game design is a very broad subject actually, or a broad profession. The thing is that game designer, or people that say stuff about how the game should be in some ways, that can come from everyone. So game designers usually have a hard time kind of protecting their vision and their position in a company, because everyone always has something to say about the game. So we were missing this part kind of 1.5 years ago, or a longer time ago, or at least not a specific game designer was there. So after a while we started to notice this, and we took on Steff, and Steff proven to be an extremely important asset to the team, not only as the defining designer in mechanics, reusable assets, reusable gameplay, but also as a team lead. So he did made the game play better, actually a lot better. And together with him you will see Merlin, Merlin still interning at KeokeN, covering a lot of gameplay problems also through testing. She's kind of like working to make the game more playable each and every time we do these tests, or when she designs a certain level. So I think they will tell a lot about many aspects of the game, because they are the core of defining mechanics, designs, and why everything is orchestrated like this. So enjoy.
Well, I'm Steff, Kempink. I'm a game designer here at KeokeN.
Hi, I'm Merlin. I'm an internship game designer here at KeokeN.
Alright guys, so the first question is, what inspired you to become game designers?
I think mostly not being allowed to play video games that much. I always had very limited playtime, and I also have some distinct childhood memories of seeing like older kids or family members playing a game, and I was like, oh, that's so cool, but I never actually was able to touch it. I had that experience for like GoldenEye and Super Mario 64, and I was like, that's so cool, and like sort of I spent a lot of time imagining what it would be like, I guess, and I think in retrospect that started the whole thing of thinking about games.
Were you not allowed to play games?
Well, only a limited amount of time, and we also didn't have a very strong PC, didn't have a lot of access to a lot of different games, and yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, and then later I was downloading like free mods for Star Wars Battlefront 2, and then the website went down, and then I had to go get my fix somewhere else, and I found the actual forum where the people who were working on that stuff were discussing it, and I sort of got into making things there, and that's mostly how I ended up here.
And Merlin?
Yeah, I played a lot of games which had level editors from a very early age. You had Freddy Fish, I don't know if you know it, but you had a level editor for that, so I started with that and just grew from there.
Alright, now guys, like, what is the process? That was weird with my voice to do. What is your process? You know, like, how do you create gameplay, and how do you figure out if something is fun or not? What are the biggest challenges? There you go, a lot of questions.
Yeah. Well, sort of two different things, right? Like, first coming up with how do you put idea into things that happen, and like do you make it a system, do you script things? That's sort of the first pass, and then comes the thing of checking if it's fun, right? If it works. That's
for me that's different. I start with a paper prototype, so I can check earlier on if something is fun or not, and if that translates difference to a digital prototype, then where does that difference lie, and how can I make it fun?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you guys think is the biggest challenge in game design?
Judging things, I think. Like, you always have to, like, at least I noticed that there's always this balance between you think something is going to be fun, or if it's fun to make, or if it's easy to make, or maybe it's it will be funny, but it sort of breaks the rest of the experience, and you always have to like remove yourself from the thing itself to judge if it works well. And if you make a mistake, you might spend 2 days on something that's going to be thrown out in an instant once you actually get a clear head. I think that's something.
Yeah, yeah, and also then when you are judging it, so you're so focused on it that you actually lose perspective, and then you go play with someone else, and that person brings fresh perspective and says, "Well, it's crap."
Yeah.
Just throw it out.
All right. What did you? This is a little Q&A for you guys. What did you both study in university? Did you actually study game design and stuff?
Well.
Yeah, I studied game design and development at the KeokeN.
Okay.
Still studying it, actually.
Fair enough.
And I studied a study that kept changing its name. My diploma will say game creation and producing at a school called Saxon in Enschede. And that was more, it's the exact same study actually that Gerben, our concept artist, did, and we collaborated a lot of stuff. And also it's the alternative study route to the technical study that Waiki, our programmer here, did. So it's I also brought part of the posse over here from all those group projects. So I guess that was useful for all of us.
All right, what are your favorite like genres for games and games? What are your favorite games?
XCOM.
What?
XCOM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, XCOM's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And you, Steff?
Yeah, I like a lot of different things for different reasons, but
I think lately you
I
like
guess,
Overwatch a lot.
Yeah, it's fun because you have to like think about others all the time. That's the thing I like most, is to coordinate and you anticipate the others. I like games like Civilization a lot because there's tons of stuff happening. And I've really liked weird games like Drops You the Clown, which is like this new point-and-click game that has this really weird story about somebody who wants to hug everybody, it was really fun. Like that's completely different from a lot of other stuff, and I really like that as well. Just weird stuff. Yeah.
Are there any game designers that are kind of famous that you admire?
Yeah.
And why?
Well, at my previous internship, my internship coach there pointed me towards Soren Johnson, who is quite a well-known game designer who worked on Civ 3 and Civ 4. Was as the lead game designer there, and he's also he gave a lot of talks about how he works, and he wrote a lot of interesting articles about like transparency, and that was very interesting. He's doing a podcast that I listen to. It's all very fun. And I think also like Warren Spector is a very old school game designer. He has very high standards and also very high aspirations for what games should and could be and could do, and that's something I really like. He also did like this New York university course and published all those presentations, which was another great source while I was in my study as well. So that's also something I highly value.
Isn't it true also that Warren gave you a shout out?
Well, yeah, you tried to embarrass me, and you somehow talked him up, and like I still don't know what stories you told him about me. I'm still scared.
It was all good. It was all good. I promise you.
Yeah. No. You got a shout out of him, so that was really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you, Merlin?
Yeah, I don't really have a favorite game designer because a game is made by a team, and I don't think you can attribute a specific aspect to one person, because
there's no I in team, huh? There's no I in team.
No, let's be cliche. No.
So this leads me to my next question about you guys being the team of game designers. Do you guys do you ever debate about gameplay stuff in the game, gameplay issues?
Yeah.
Debate the nice way of saying argue, or
well, yeah. You every time we have a debate, you're like, oh, people are gonna kind of intimidated, especially like the discussions between me and Niels. But you just have to clash as long as you're clashing on the right things. Like, hey, I think this part of this thing is not working, and you can be in disagreement over that. That's nice usually. At least that's how I like to argue.
Merlin, do you feel the same as Steff about this?
I don't like arguments, but I do think it's good for the game, because especially between Niels and Steff, they're so different in perspectives that actually the best result comes out of it, out of all the solutions we think of incorporating their two opinions.
Yeah, but that's the thing I value most out of working with different people, is that you have somebody who should really only be worried about the delivery of the story and everything compared to that, and then I can don't have to essentially worry about it as much. I'll just worry about my things, and then it'll come up when it doesn't align, and we'll make sure that it's the best one. And the same goes for programming. When I think I want to do things a certain way. Before, when it was just Remco, I had to worry a lot more about also in my decision making sure that it works for programming. But now that there's more people there, I can just sort of say, hey, I want to do this, and you can hand that off to somebody else to really take care of that part of the game and make sure that it will probably be the best one it can be in the current situation. That's really what I find so great about collaborating, at least. Yeah.
All right, Merlin, a little personal question here. I heard that you took a class with Jordy. Isn't it true he was the best teacher? Sorry, kick-ass teacher ever?
Oh yeah, awesome.
That was a little quick, but I'll take it. Yeah. And Steff.
Yo.
A random one for you.
Okay.
What do you do when you're not in this office? Because you are here often. For the people out there who don't know, Steff just comes in here on the weekends. He's like the most devoted guy to the project. What do you do when it's not Deliver Us the Moon? Do you sleep? Do you ever play games? Do you?
Yeah, I try to fall asleep. Yeah, usually. Yeah, I don't know. I'm actually usually pretty tired at the end of the day. Try to cook some food, and then I have to force myself to keep trying to play different games still, because it will always be important to look at things, both the real world, always very important, read books, but then you have to look at what other people are doing, and that usually inspires a lot, gets you new solutions in your head. So that's what I try to do most of the time.
All right, great. Well, guys, thank you so much for talking to us about game design. You clearly are two of the brightest young talents the game design world has ever seen, and hopefully people will see that when they play Deliver Us the Moon. Why don't you say goodbye to the lovely people out there?
Okay. Well, yeah, goodbye, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Ready? Go.
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much. I love the way you guys can make any situation awkward. Is that a game designer?
What? No, you're the worst. Well, you're asking weird questions.
Thank you guys.
I relish in the awkwardness, though. Like,
yeah, I know
you can't
you do.
touch this. Like.
Yeah, I know you do. Thanks so much, guys. We're good. Yeah, cool. Booyah.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, no, I guess not.
No, what?
No, I put the yes, no. It will be in the description, right? No, is it the thing that I said?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I made the yeah, no. There's a shot. Like together with those fellow students, we sort of gathered a lot of stuff on the internet during our study. It was like to try to actually find good information, and it's like I keep trying to shove that in the picture always. So I asked Charlene if we could put it into the description.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you think if you want it there, it's yours.
It's a good value. Call it point to value your self-worth, because it's like 20,000 views and up. So it's like it's good.
All right, there you go. Yeah. Put that in as well. Thank you so much for doing it again.
It's actually recording, so you can start.
All right, guys. So
hey,
right now I would like you to both wait a second, then introduce yourself when I stop talking. Okay, introduce yourselves. Hi, I'm Merlin, blah, 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 and this is what
we look at this thing at all times, right?
You can look at me when sometimes I'm asking you a question, whatever, just that's comfortable, but then try to answer looking at the camera.
Okay,
yeah. You got it? Cool. So...
Do I start? Yeah, okay, I guess I'll start.
Yeah, you can, either one of you can start.
Okay.
Steff, you start. Yeah.
Okay.
So, enjoy, and that's it.